Hello, this is Barry McCormick. Welcome to the Bastille BSD video series. Today I'm going to do a long promised video that I promised to do a video on creating a Linux jail. Creating a Linux jail is not very hard. It's not that much different from creating a free BSD jail. But you do have to do a few different things. As usual, I have up the Bastille BSD website. Click on the documentation. Click on creating a jail. There's a section in the creating a jail on Linux jail. Anytime you go to build a free BSD jail, the first thing you have to do is bootstrap a release. Building a Linux jail is no different. You have to bootstrap a release. This in the documentation has Bootstrap Bionic. Bionic will get you Ubuntu 18.04. If you do Bookworm, that gets you Debian 12, the latest Debian. If you do, I just blanked on what gets you the latest Ubuntu. Jammy, Jammy, gets you the latest Ubuntu. So, if you run Bastille Bootstrap, show you this here. I've already bootstrapped Debian 12, which is Bookworm, Bionic, which is 18.04, and Jammy, which is Ubuntu 22.04. So I've already bootstrapped all three of those just to where you wouldn't be waste time sitting here watching it download. And instead of when you bootstrap a free BSD release, it sits there and downloads a base.tgz, so it downloads one file. The difference is when you do a Debian or a Linux download, it'll download a ton of different files. So you'll see it downloading each and every file by itself. But once it's done, you got to bootstrap. If I do a list, I created a jail here. Now we go back and look at the create command here. Bastille create -L. You cannot use any other option with -L. You can't do a -L capital V. You can't do an LB. You can't do anything except -L, and you have to give it an IP address. You can't do DHCP. So Bastille create -L, the name of it, which one of the releases you want to use, give it an IP address, and then the network adapter. I created one called Debian, so let's create another Debian one right quick. Let me move this over here. There we go. It should be a little less distracting. Bastille create -L. I'm going to call this Debian 2. So I need to tell it Bookworm. Now I need to give it an IP address. Then give it the interface. VTnet0 is the default interface. It's created with a VM. I'm in a Beehive VM as I always am doing these videos and doing testing. So I do that. I've got Bastille create -L, the name, the release, the IP address, and the interface. Now, you will get a ton of warnings doing this. Notice it's going through tons of files, unpacking and building. It actually doesn't take that long to build a Linux jail. Like I said, you see a whole bunch of unpacking and preparing to unpack in the different files. But remember, the steps are the same. You bootstrap, then you create it. Now it's going to packages, it's going out onto the internet and downloading all the app packages. Packages are up to date. I'll console into Debian 2. Debian 2. Okay, I just installed Nginx to install something. Just install Vim here just to show you. That it will install and now we have Vim installed. That's all there is to creating a Linux jail. Let's create an Ubuntu jail. Do jammy, and that way we're installing the latest Ubuntu. As far as I know, as far as I could find, and maybe I just don't know what to look for, but as far as I can tell, you can only bootstrap Debian-based distros, another Debian and Ubuntu. I looked and could not find a way to bootstrap a Red Hat based distro. If I just don't know what I'm doing and there is a way to bootstrap a Red Hat based distro to build a Linux jail off of it, please someone let me know, and I will redo a video and add in a Red Hat based jail. But like I said, as far as I could figure out and try, I could not download and bootstrap anything Red Hat based. Again, if you know how to bootstrap a Red Hat, hop into one of our many IRC Discord or Telegram and ping me and let me know what I don't know. So, there we go. It is now done. Here we go. Uname-A gives you Ubuntu 22, kernel 5.15. Running on FreeBSD 14.2 release, but it does give you the Linux 5.15 kernel. So and running GNU Linux. That is all there is to creating a Linux jail. Again, 2 steps. Once you got Bastille set up and everything's running, Bastille, Bootstrap. The 3 that I know is Bionic, Jammy, and Bookworm. Then Bastille create -L with no other option other than L. Name, release, give it an IP address, a hard-coded IP address, and then your interface. Hopefully this has shown you how easy it is to create a Linux jail. Hopefully it's been informative for you. And as always, happy computing.